Hill sponsors Joshua versus Brazil on Sky Sports Box Office.
June 25th, the O2 Arena headlined Anthony Joshua's first defence of his IBF heavyweight world title, live and exclusive on Showtime in America and of course Sky Sports Box Office in the UK. It's a huge card and I'm so excited by so many of the championship bouts on display on Saturday night. We're joined by some of those members here today. Firstly, down on my far left, the young man who has been thrown straight into the deep end. Limited amateur experience, but plenty of fighting blood and fighting heart, and that's Conor Benn, who on Saturday takes part in his third contest after debuting at the O2 Arena on April the 9th, and then fighting on the Ricky Burns card just a few weeks ago up in Glasgow. He's had a really exciting start to his pro career, and we look forward to seeing him live again on Sky Sports on Saturday night. Down on the far end of the table, a man who, of course, lit up Sky Sports Box Office on December the 12th in that epic battle with Anthony Joshua for the British heavyweight title on December the 12th, and I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Dillian Whyte to the Matchroom team. I think he's one of the most exciting heavyweights in world boxing, not just in British boxing. And I think he's in a great mix now, of course, 2 British heavyweight world champions and others coming through. And David Price back on the scene, Derek Chisora, a potential fight out there for Dillian Whyte. And he takes on Eubank on Saturday night. We saw go 10 rounds recently with Tony Bellew, who went 12 rounds with Michael Wallach, a top heavyweight prospect for the WBO European. 12 rounds as well with Francesco Pianetta from Italy. So this is a fight we expect to give Dillian rounds, coming off the back of his recent shoulder operation following the Anthony Joshua fight. From Team Doran, we have a great fight here for the British middleweight title, and Chris Eubank Jr.'s first defence of his crown that he won in such great fashion against Nick Blackwell earlier this year. Dave Caldwell, who is more of a manager and trainer these days rather than a promoter and manager, and certainly I've never seen him smile so much, giving great input into the likes of Tony Bellew, training him to his recent world title victory. Jamie McDonald, Gavin McDonald, he's got a great team, and he's got his manager's hat on here today and this week with his charge, Tom Doran, and former prize fighter champion, 17-0 WBC international middleweight champion, who's really here to fight. He's in fantastic condition. I just saw him check weight. I think he's in the condition of his career so far, and a huge opportunity on Saturday night to walk out in front of 17,000 people at the O2 Arena and fight Chris Eubank Jr. for the middleweight British title. Ronnie Davis, it's always a pleasure to have him up on the top table, a man of immense knowledge, credibility, and very rarely will you find anyone say a bad word about this man. Shared a wonderful journey with English Chris Eubank Sr. And now with Chris Eubank Jr. leading the way as he defends his British middleweight championship on Saturday night. To English Chris Eubank Sr., pleasure to have you up here. We've discussed many routes, many options beyond this fight, but of course Saturday night is the first defence of that title that I know is very dear to your heart and to Junior's heart, and of course Chris Eubank Jr., the current British middleweight champion, who makes that first defence on Saturday night. A young man who I think has quickly become one of the big stars in world boxing, and although many are talking about the future, I know that the way that he dedicates into the sport, he's left no stone unturned in preparation for the first defence of his title. As always, this event wouldn't be possible without our exclusive broadcast partner Sky Sports, and I'm going to pass now to Adam Smith to talk a bit about the event and also to ask some of the fighters up here some questions.
Thanks, Eddie. We're very excited. Terrific fight night ahead at the O2 on Saturday. And it's not just, of course, about the main event. Everyone's excited about AJ and how he defends his world heavyweight title against the unbeaten American Dominic Brazil, who we saw both of them work out last night at a packed York Hall. Really good event that was. And the guys up there, or most of them, were performing as well. And it's a terrific undercard. It's a cracking set of fights. I think there's some real talent up on this stage, and there will be again on the second press conference as well. I think it's a really, really enticing night of boxing from start to finish. Hopefully you're enjoying the preview shows on Sky Sports, and we streamed live for 5 hours on .com last night, and we'll be doing much more of that. So plenty coming up on digital and linear for us, and of course on Sky Sports News. But let's get to the fights. I'm going to start with Conor Benn. Very excited about the development of Conor, not just obviously because of his dad, but because of what he's brought to the ring in the first couple of fights we've seen him. That's ferocity, excitement, and aggression. Conor, we spoke last night at the York Hall, and you seem relaxed, you seem calm, you seem to be enjoying yourself. But you said to me that you just want to fight. Is that what we're going to get from you in the development in your young career? That you're going to take this aggressive style and keep running with it?
I'm going to get back to the drawing board and really start working on my jab and, showing off my boxing skills, which is what I'm perfectly capable of. But as I said, when you're in the O2 and you've got 20 or 30 people chanting your name, right, it's surreal. So I just need to get back to the drawing board really and start working on my jab.
How did you find that professional debut in front of the packed crowd on the last AJ night, and then your experience in Scotland, which was different type of fight, different results? How have you found it so far, the first two?
It's unbelievable, I'm learning on the job, and fighting in big crowds like this is only going to make me better. I just love it. I love the atmosphere and the reception I get when I fight. I fight.
Nigel was obviously around the first couple, not here this week. Is he going to watch from a distance this time?
Yeah, he's going to be back on the other side of the world and watch and just send his prayers.
Do you mind that, or do you like him being close?
You know what, I like him being there, because at the end of the day, he's not just my dad, he's a living legend, and to have a living legend in your corner, what more can you ask for? But it's his choice. He wants to take a step back and really let me do what I've got to do.
Do you feel that extra pressure with the name?
No, not at all. At the end of the day, that name's always going to be there. It's got its benefits, it's got its flaws, but I just embrace it. And not gonna let that pressure consume me. I just got to love fighting and enjoy it, because it's a short career.
Finally, what are the fans going to be in for on Saturday night in fight number 3 for Conor Benn?
A lot more boxing. And we're going to blend it all in together, and hopefully one day I'll be the perfect boxer, puncher. Just mix it all up. Got a hell of a journey in front of us.
Good man in your corner in Tony Sims. Good luck, Conor, on Saturday night. Let's go down to the other end of the table and slightly heavier now. Dillian Whyte. Dillian, obviously, in many ways made your name from the Joshua fight, giving him a terrific scrap, but I know you were disappointed, obviously, with the outcome and the injury. How, first of all, have you recovered from that shoulder problem, and are you fit, firing and ready to go? It certainly seemed like that last night when we saw you at York Hall.
Yeah, I'm fit and ready. For me, with any injuries, the hardest part is mental. And first 4 weeks, I was a little bit difficult. I was a bit insecure about the shoulder, but as time went on, I started letting it off. I started hitting real hard with it, and as you can see last night, I was letting the left foot go very hard and strong. So I've recovered good, and we're ready to go.
It's obviously a very, very exciting mix of heavyweights at the moment. Not only Anthony Joshua, but we've got Tyson Fury, of course, the world heavyweight champion, who defends against Vladimir Klitschko in the rematch. You've got David Hay, you've got David Price, who under Dave Colwell's tutorship looks really good again. You've got Derek Chisora too. It's mouth-watering out there. What's the plan for Dillian Whyte in the next 2 or 3 fights?
The plan for me is getting rid of this fella and knock him out, hopefully, and fighting in Leeds in a couple of weeks' time after. And originally the plan was to fight Dave Allen for the British title, but the board, I think, got a bit worried that I was going to hurt it pretty bad, so they objected the fight, which I don't know why. They said just Sam Saxon, but Dave Allen's highly ranked in the world as well as in Britain than Sam Saxon, so I don't know why they objected the fight. So I don't know what Eddie's got planned for me. Maybe another title, maybe coming around for European or whatever. I don't know what Eddie's got. So the next 2 fights is Saturday, July 30th in Leeds, and then whatever Eddie says. And hopefully Chisora agreed to fight me in December, because I really want to fight Derek Chisora.
Yeah, no love lost again with Derek Chisora, it seemed, at the press conference the other day.
The problem is, when I first got into boxing, I used to spar with Derek. He was one of the first people to spar with, and me and him always had this thing, because he was a seasoned pro and I was beating him up then, and I never had no experience, so he's always got this thing for me. I don't know what his problem is, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I want to get him in the ring and put him a start to his career because I think the people is tired of him stinking venues out, to be honest.
You work with Jonathan Banks, you've made a big move to Mark Tibbs, excellent young trainer. How is that gelling? And obviously in the sort of coming months, you've got Jimmy Tibbs there as well, a lot of experience too. Why make that move and how's it going to benefit you?
I made the move because I believe in the next 2, 3, 4 fights I'll be fighting the same level of opponent Vladimir is fighting. And I can't be second best to no one at the elite level. And that's partly one of the problems I had in the last camp. I had to follow Vladimir around, go where Vladimir is doing, train after Vladimir, train before Vladimir. You know what I mean? And Mark's a good trainer. He's very ambitious, he's very driven, and he's hungry as well. He's also a good fighter. Very passionate. So I was speaking to him for a while. I thought, you know what? It's exactly what I need. Somebody who's going to give me that time and stuff like that because I know to fight. I can box. I fight anyone. I just need to work on little things, tweak little things, and somebody's going to, you know, sit down, talk to me, give me some good instructions, and put me through my paces. And Mark does that, so it's perfect for me in a minute.
What are we going to see Saturday night on Anthony Joshua's undercard? And is it the fact that you want to get back in the ring with Anthony Joshua that's driving you on the most?
No, that's certainly driving me on the most. I definitely want to fight him again because I'm not a loser. Definitely want to fight him again, beat him. They scored 1-1 or whatever. But for me, what drives me on is to be a real champion, which I still believe I will be, and to provide for my children. That's it. You know what I mean? The Joshua thing doesn't drive me on the top, but I definitely want to fight him again, 100%.
Just want to bring Eddie in quickly. Obviously, you've just signed up Dillian Whyte. It was an ironic move, really, after what happened in the build-up to December. What are your plans for him in this mouth-watering domestic and world heavyweight next?
Oh, nice and busy. I think he's important. He'll fight on Saturday night, an 8-round fight, and he'll box in Leeds on July the 30th for a title. Looks like hopefully we'll be able to confirm that fight to announce following Saturday's win. And then we want to move on and fight for the British title. He was mandated to fight Hughie Fury for the British title. Hughie Fury pulled out about a day later. And then we requested to the board that Dillian Whyte would fight Dave Allen. They've made Dave Allen against Sam Sexton for a final eliminator. So I can't see how they don't feel that Dave Allen is ready to change for the British title.
William Hill sponsors Joshua versus Brazil on Sky Sports Box Office.